From bbclearningenglish.com.
Hello, welcome to 6 Minute
Hello, welcome to 6 Minute English.
English. I'm Neil.
I'm Neil. This is the program
This is the program where in
where in just 6 minutes we
just 6 minutes we discuss an
discuss an interesting topic
interesting topic and teach some
teach some related English vocabulary.
related English vocabulary. And joining me to do
And joining me to do this is Rob.
this is Rob.
Hello, Neil.
Hello, Neil.
Now, Rob, you
Now, Rob, you seem
seem like a happy
you
chappy.
seem like a happy chappy. What's the point of being miserable?
What's the point of being miserable?
Well,
Well, there are many things
there are many things that could make you
that could make you feel down in the dumps.
feel down in the dumps, a phrase that means
A phrase that means unhappy.
unhappy. But
But what are the things that keep you feeling
what are the things that keep you feeling happy,
happy, cheerful, and chirpy, Rob?
cheerful and chirpy, Rob?
Oh, many things
Oh, many things like being healthy,
like being healthy, having good
having good friends, presenting
friends, presenting programs.
programs like this with you, Neil.
Like this with you, Neil.
Of course, but we all have different ideas about what
But we all have different ideas about what makes us happy,
makes us happy, and that can vary from
and that vary from country to country
country to country and culture to culture.
and culture to culture. It's what we
What
are
we're talking about today.
talking about today.
Concepts
Concepts of happiness.
of happiness.
Now, Neil,
Now, Neil, you could make us
you
even
could make us even happier
happier if you gave us a
if you gave us a really good question
a really good question to answer.
to answer.
Here it is. Happiness
Here it is. Happiness is an emotion
is an emotion that actually gets
that actually gets measured.
measured. The World
The World Happiness Report measures
Happiness Report measures subjective
subjective well-being, how happy the
well-being, how happy the people are and
people are and why. But do you know,
why. But do you know, according to
according to United Nations Agency
a United Nations Agency report in 2017,
report in 2017,
which
which is the happiest
is the happiest country on
country on earth?
Earth? Is it A, Norway,
Is it A, Norway, B, Japan, or C, New Zealand?
B, Japan, or C, New Zealand?
Well, I think they're all very happy places, but
Well, I think they're all very happy places, but the outdoor life of many
the outdoor life of many New Zealanders
New Zealanders must make
New Zealand the
New Zealand the happiest place.
happiest place.
Okay, we'll see.
Okay, we'll see. I'll reveal the answers
Reveal the answer later on. But
later on. But now, back to our discussion
now back to our discussion about happiness
about happiness around the world.
around the world.
Happiness can be
Happiness can be hard to define.
hard to define. Research has
Research has suggested that while
personal feelings of
personal feelings of pleasure are the
pleasure are the accepted
accepted definition of happiness in
definition of happiness in Western
Western cultures,
East Asian cultures tend to see
cultures tend to see
happiness as social harmony,
as social harmony, and in some parts
and in some parts of Africa and
of
India,
Africa and India, it's more about
shared experiences
shared experiences and family.
and family.
It's something author and journalist Helen
It's something author and journalist
Russell has
Russell has been looking at.
She's even created
She's even created an atlas of happiness.
an atlas of happiness. Her research
Her research focused on the
positive characteristics
characteristics of a country's population.
of a country's population. And guess
And guess which country she found
which country she found to be one of the
to
happiest.
be one of the happiest.
New Zealand?
Actually, no,
New Zealand? Actually, no. It was Japan.
it was Japan. Here she is speaking on
Here she is speaking on BBC Radio 4's
BBC Radio 4's Woman's Hour
of Women's Hour program.
What concept or belief
What concept or belief it that
is it that promotes
promotes happiness?
happiness?
Millennials and
Perhaps
older people are
older people are
better at remembering wabi-sabi, this traditional
remembering wabi-sabi, traditional Japanese concept around
Japanese concept around celebrating
celebrating imperfection, which I think is
imperfection, which I think is something so
something so helpful these days,
especially for
women. It's this idea that
women. It's this idea that there is a beauty
there
in
is a beauty in aging. It's to be
aging. It's to be celebrated rather
rather than
trying to disguise it or
to disguise it or trying to cover up
trying to cover up the scars. Instead, you
the scars. Instead, to gild them
with kintsugi.
with kintsugi. If you break a pot
If you break a pot, instead of chucking it away,
you mend it with gold.
you mend it with gold lacquer. So the
Lacquer so scars rather
than being hidden
being
are
hidden or highlighted in
highlighted in pure gold.
in
We
pure gold. We have all laughter lines,
all have laughter lines.
and rather ashamed
And rather than being ashamed of them, there's something
of them, there's something
to be celebrated.
to be celebrated.
So in Japan, there is a belief
So in Japan, there's a belief
that people should
that
celebrate
people should celebrate imperfection.
imperfection. Imperfection is
Imperfection is a fault or weakness.
a fault or weakness. So
So
rather
rather than hiding something that's
than hiding something that's not perfect,
not perfect, we should celebrate it.
we should celebrate it.
Getting old, for example, is
Getting old, for example,
not something to be
is
ashamed
not something to be ashamed of.
of. Don't hide your
Don't hide your wrinkles or
wrinkles or laughter lines.
laughter lines. These are the creases
These are the creases you get as your
you
skin
get as your skin ages,
ages, or even
or
you get
even you get
from
from
smiling too much.
smiling too much,
Rather than spending
rather than spending
time being ashamed of our
being ashamed of our faults.
faults, we should accept what
We should accept what and who we are.
and who we are. This concept
This concept is something that Helen
is something that Helen feels is
feels is particularly being celebrated
particularly being celebrated by millennials
by millennials and older people.
and older people.
Yes, and Helen
Yes, and Helen
compared this with the process of
with the process of kintsugi,
kintsugi, where the cracks or scars
where the cracks or scars on broken pottery are highlighted
on broken pottery are highlighted with gold lacquer.
with gold lacquer. This is called gilding.
This is called gilding. So we should highlight our imperfections.
So we should highlight our imperfections.
This concept is something that
This concept is something about many English people
maybe English people should embrace more
should embrace more
because, according to Helen
because
Russell's
according to Helen Russell's
research, they are not a very
they're not a very happy population.
happy population. Here she is
Here she is speaking
speaking on the BBC's
on
Woman's
the BBC's Women's Hour program.
Hour program again. What word does she
Again, what word does she use to
use to describe people like
describe people like me and you?
me and you?
In England, what we have is jolly, which
In England, what we have is jolly, which many of us are now associate
many of us now associate with this kind of
associate
jolly hockey